York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Now that's a tough throw because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this one is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Moore, the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be marked out right at the 20-yard line. So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. From the left hash, this from 37. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. On play action, here's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Get ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Play action, now it's Tua. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The Jets had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw again is Wilson.
Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Sanders on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Second and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Quickly into the hands of Mims.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Okay, great.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
This pass out wide to Hall.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, he finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Wilson to Wilson there. Zach to Garrett for a Jet first down.
The general manager of the New York Jets continues to make investments in the receiver room in this draft. 10th overall pick. They invested again, this time with Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Great speed, outstanding body control, really goes up and snatches the ball in the air. Everything that you're looking for in a WR1. He gets the first down right there.
Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, young quarterback Charles rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Chopper! On the floor!
Straight ahead is Hall. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
On third down, here's Hall.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Buying time to his left.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game.
Picked off Byron Jones.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if your defense doesn't bail them out.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down and 4, Tua. That's complete to his running back, Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And making the play defensively there, Brandon Echols. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Here we go.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. Here's Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Elijah Moore. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Noah Igbinoghene from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Set, ready. Ready.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hurry.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Noah Igbinoghene. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Moore on the return. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's got some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Keion Crossen. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they dropped below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.
Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. It's not a game, it's not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights, cam, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic.